Brethren, I'd like to welcome you on this occasion to video number 10, and particularly welcome others who may be watching the videos, because I've become very much aware that they are being shared to families and friends to show what Freemasons are doing during this period of COVID-19 lockdowns and Alert Level 2. It's good that we are sharing information and keeping people informed. Brethren, we've already sent out now this week to all the lodge secretaries details about guidelines for reopening of the lodges on the 1st of June, if we are allowed to do that. It's extensive information, and I ask that you share it widely with your brethren. Everybody in the lodge should have the opportunity to read them, and also feel free to share it with your families as well, because they'll need to know, or want to know, that we are putting plans in place to look after you and our brethren when you attend a lodge meeting. The plans are quite comprehensive, and I ask that you take the time between now and the 1st of June to digest all that information and then ask the lodge to come to a decision that suits you. As I said in the last video, the best decision is the decision that suits you as a lodge. I'm also very much aware that some lodges have already started the discussion process to look at where they might go if lodges reopen on the 1st of June. And I'll share with you two lodges in particular who have communicated back to me that they have a good, strong understanding that their members want to come back and reopen the lodges, but there are one or two members that still have some apprehension and may not come back until the level is reduced to level 1, or would want to see what our instructions and guidelines are. But in both cases there are sufficient brethren to be able to open a lodge and conduct the business of a lodge. So that is encouraging to see, and I think it demonstrates well that lodges are looking proactively at how they can actually continue with Freemasonry in the lodge room, but also share that information with their brethren who are unable to attend, or at this stage just don't want to attend for personal reasons, and that's fine. It's important that we actually start to manage that process constructively, and I want you to make sure that if you have any questions or doubts or difficulties, that you contact your district Grand Master. He will assist you in that decision-making process, but the information is there, so take the time to read it, digest it, and make a good, well-informed decision that suits you and the lodge. Brethren, I'd also like to comment on getting back to normal. There's a great thrust at the moment within our communities for brethren to go about their daily business in some level of normality, and we've all seen that at coffee shops or supermarkets or hardware stores as people try to get back some level of normality, and we need to do the same. And I think that brings with it a request that we all have some positive energy and thoughts about what we need to do. So don't rush into this process, make the decision on an informed basis. But also when you do have that first meeting, make sure it's a meeting where you can reconnect with your brethren, plan for your future, and work out what your program might be for the remainder of this year. If you have missed an installation, you'll need to go back through the flowchart to have a look at that and decide whether you are going to delay it, do it in a different way, or carry on with the current officers. But please work through that flowchart to make a decision. But take that positive attitude about Freemasonry and how we actually need to do our work as Freemasons to connect not only with our brethren, but with our communities and our families as well. There's a lot to do. I'd also like you to revisit the last Freemasons magazine, where we talked about our roadmap for implementing the strategic direction. There's a lot of work to do in that area, in that space, and this may be a good time to start to get our feet under the table and think about how we can develop each lodge to achieve the strategic goals that we want to, and to embrace our successes for the future. So it's a great opportunity to focus on the future, take some positivity, and work hard for the future of your lodge. But please don't forget the brethren who may not be able to attend a meeting over the next few months, or for other reasons are unable to attend. I want to comment on two other matters that I attended through Zoom meetings, and I know that many lodges are using Zoom as a way of communicating, and I wish you all well with that. But one in particular was Lodge Kerikeri number 402, way up in the north. I got invited to their meeting to present a 60-year bar to Jim McLennan, who has been a long-serving Freemason, and I did that on Zoom. I was welcomed into the meeting. I think they had about 19 on the screen, and they also had two candidates or prospective candidates who were about to join the lodge or be balloted. and I was introduced to them. One unfortunately wasn't able to stay on for too long because his mobile kept disconnecting, but I was able to meet the other candidate, and he was exposed to a good brotherhood, good fellowship of Freemasons, which finished up the evening with a Masonic quiz which was well run. But it was a pleasure to present that badge, that bar to that badge, and it just shows the opportunities that are there to embrace the technology. Brethren, I'd like to also comment about Freemasonry in general, is that we are a fraternity and it does rely on us connecting with our people. So I want you to focus very, very much over the next couple of days on the future of your lodge, how you need to plan for the future, the direction you want to take it in, and the engagement you need to have with your community so that we can speak up about Freemasonry, step up to deliver what we say we do, and show up to be proven as Freemasons in our community with some substantial connections to the charitable work that we do, the projects that we developed, and our value to communities. Brethren, my next communication with you will be focused on the reopening of the lodges, or the delay to the reopening of the lodges, and I look forward to sharing that with you at that time. Thank you, brethren.